Before I leave, there's something I must ask you. Her words shook my soul. The alien hangar hummed with the low thrum of departing engines. Beams of emerald light crisscrossed the metallic walls, casting eerie shadows over the silent assembly. I stood at the edge of the ramp, watching her, the alien woman who had turned my world upside down. Her name was Lyra, blue-skinned, silver-haired, eyes like twin moons. The first time I saw her was on a battlefield, both of us drenched in blood. Enemies forced to fight side by side against something worse than either of our races. And somewhere between surviving and saving each other's lives, something unspoken had begun to grow. Now she was leaving. The war was over. The fragile alliance had held. Tomorrow, I would be shipped back to Earth, and she would return to her people across the stars. We were supposed to part as comrades, nothing more. But my heart ached with the weight of unsaid words. I swallowed hard and took a step toward her. So this is it, huh? She didn't turn at first. Her hands rested on the controls of her sleek star cruiser, the violet lights dancing across her delicate fingers. When she finally faced me, her expression was calm, but her eyes betrayed something else, hesitation, maybe even sorrow. Yes, she said softly, this is farewell, or it should be. Those words cut deeper than any blade I'd face in battle. Should be? I asked carefully. Her lips trembled for a moment before she stepped closer, stopping just inches away. The air between us felt electric. Before I leave, she whispered, there's something I must ask you. My heart froze. I had faced death countless times. I had charged enemy lines, stared into the jaws of monsters, but nothing prepared me for the fear and excitement coursing through me now. Ask me? I breathed. She hesitated, her gaze locked on mine, searching, almost pleading. The silence stretched, and all I could hear was the pounding of my own heart. Finally, she spoke. When you saved me, when you risked your life for me, even when I was your enemy, why? I blinked, stunned. Of all the questions I thought you would ask, confessions, declarations, pleas for me to follow her home, it was this. Because my voice faltered, rough and unsteady. Because you didn't deserve to die. Because I couldn't stand to see you hurt. Because somewhere along the way, I stopped seeing you as an alien. Her eyes widened, shimmering with unspilled tears. Stop seeing me as an alien? Yes, I said. I started seeing you as Lyra. Just you. And that was enough. The hangar was silent. Soldiers moved past us, preparing ships for departure. But in that moment, it felt like the universe had shrunk to just the two of us. Lyra exhaled shakily. I was taught humans were violent, selfish, impossible to trust. My mother told me stories, terrible ones. But you, her voice cracked slightly. You shattered them all. I didn't know what to say. I wanted to tell her everything. That I loved her. That I didn't want this to be goodbye. But before I could speak, she stepped even closer, close enough that I could feel the faint warmth of her skin. There's more, she whispered. I don't want this to end. I froze. Did she mean what I thought she meant? You mean? Her trembling hand touched my chest. Will you come with me? The question stole the breath from my lungs. Follow her? Leave Earth. Leave everything I knew behind for a chance, just a chance. To stay by her side? Lyra, I said softly, if I go, I may never see my home again. And if you stay, she murmured, we may never see each other again. My mind spun. The weight of duty, family, and fear clashed against the pull of my heart. I stared at her, this woman who had fought beside me, saved me, trusted me when no one else would. I thought of the nights under alien stars, her quiet laughter, the way her eyes softened when she thought I wasn't looking. Finally, I knew my answer. I took her hand. Show me your world. The shock on her face melted into something else. Relief, joy, something I had only dreamed of seeing. She gripped my hand tightly, as if afraid I might vanish. "Then stay close," she whispered. The engines roared to life. Soldiers shouted. Ships lifted off. But I heard none of it. All I felt was her hand in mine as we stepped into the Star Cruiser together. The ramp closed behind us, sealing Earth away. Ahead, an endless galaxy waited. As the ship soared into the unknown, Lyra leaned close, her voice barely audible over the hum of the engines. "One more thing," she murmured. "What's that?" I asked. Her lips curved into a small, trembling smile. "When my mother told me stories about humans, she never mentioned they could steal your heart." I laughed softly, pulling her close. Guess she never met me. And just like that, our story began, not with goodbye, but with a question that changed everything.